All right, I've heard they're having a little trouble throwing the spear in the United Kingdom, specifically for Mud Is My Makeup. Not my makeup, but for the company known as Mud Is My Makeup. This is going out from the Bear, that's me, in Anchorage, Alaska, and I'm going to talk about how to throw a spear. About 4 or 5 things I like to think about. The number one thing is, this obstacle is like, you got to get to it, calm yourself down, take a few brief moments to make sure a few things are done right before you make your throw. Number one thing I do is try not to rush it. So when I arrive at the obstacle, the first thing I do is your spear is probably connected to a string, and you're going to pull it back, and when you get it back, I like to stack the string in front of the cage that's usually there. So if the cage is right here, I'll stack the string in front of it and bring the spear back. The first thing I look at is, do I have a tip that is straight? The answer is probably not. So I'll take the spear and I'll put it on the ground and I'll push on the tip. It only takes 2 seconds and I'll make sure it's straight. So that's step one. Step two, I throw this like a dart, not like a baseball, not like a football. It's a totally different motion. It's a motion that's throwing it like a dart. So therefore I don't hang on to it like I would a baseball. I'm not throwing a knuckleball. I'm not throwing it with 2 fingers. I'm holding it like I would a dart. So that means it's almost like a pencil grip. But that's the grip right there. I want less contact with the spear. A full fist causes the spear to maybe come out a little bit late, which would make it go up. Or I could let go a little bit early, which would make it go down. But if I have contact with just this little tripod of my fingers, that makes it so that the last thing that comes out is how I threw it, which is hopefully flat. So holding it like a pencil and or a dart is key. Probably the third thing I do is I get it balanced. This thing has a balance point. Obviously I don't want it here. I don't want it here. I find the balance point, so that little tripod I've made with my grip is right at the middle. Okay? Step 4, I take a long, hard look right at the target. I stare at where I want it to go. I don't look at the hay bale in general. I don't look at the head on top of it. I look right at the bullseye. I almost stop and pick out maybe even a little piece of hay or right where I want that thing to go. So I stop, I take a moment, I stare at it, and then when I throw, I release like I just threw a dart, okay? We're going to throw five quick ones right here, and you can watch my form, okay? So I'm going to point. I also like to point, which forces me to kind of get into that balanced position. I'm going to aim, I'm going to stare, I've got it balanced, and I do a nice release. You can keep it rolling there, Josh. Number 2, okay, I'm aiming, pointing, balance. Number 3, same thing. Aiming and picking the bullseye. Okay. Number 4, same form. For the record, that hit. It bounced out and I don't know why. You know why? You put something in there? Alright, number 5. And there you go. That's how to throw a spear. Takes practice. And the final thing is, remember the target's 25 feet away. You can count that out. If you're say a men's size 10 foot, you're going to take 25 steps back to back. It's 25 feet away. That doesn't mean you have to start throwing from 25 feet away. Get a spear, get some hay or some styrofoam, and try practicing until you can get 10 in a row from, say, 10 feet away. Then move to 15 feet, then move to 20, 25. Remember, I don't know, I've probably thrown 1,000 in my life, and I've gotten to the point where I need to make about, say, 95 out of 100 before I know that I'm going to hit every time when I get in the race. I try not to miss. I've only missed a couple times now. I used to be able to say I never missed. I'm now 35 for 37, but it comes from following those 5 techniques and then from practice. Alrighty.